Howdy y'all, hope you're having a great day. Back in biceps and forearms now. Now that we're changing up a little bit, getting that forearm work in like I need to, regardless of how my, not regardless of how my wrist feels, but hopefully to have my wrist not hurt as it does. Yeah, but starting off, no deadlift today. And then probably just gonna be doing those 2 lat machines, good old cable lat pull down and underhand pull downs. Then hopefully some easy bar bicep curls, some dumbbell preacher curls, and forearms. So yeah, that's really all I've got. You know, one thing I just saw, and I don't know if it's true. I go to Iowa State, but if Brock Purdy was the first, I saw something saying Brock Purdy was the first rookie QB to beat Tom Brady. Pretty neat. I don't know if he actually was, but that's based off a TikTok comment, so not much info or fact behind that, but I just thought that was pretty neat if it is true. So yeah, that's all I've got in terms of lift. So I'm gonna go have some dinner, hit the gym, and I will see y'all there. Alrighty, starting off the back day, we've got machine underhand pull downs. Now, I know for a lot of people, the ideal start to a back day is just doing the normal cable lat pull downs like I do second. Now, I used to be like that. I used to think that way, or be like that. There's not a problem with being like that. But personally, I like starting with the unilateral pull down if the gym has one, because I feel like it gets both sides of my lats warmed up a lot more evenly, I guess. Or at least it wakes each one of... I don't really have an explanation for it. It's just what feels better for me, what I like to do. So that is why I tend to do underhand before lat pull downs if I'm able to. And I believe for this, we are starting off with about 60 kilos, which is good. We're seeing some constant progression. And like I said, while on the cut, moving up weight isn't always too big of a, well, because I'm natural, I don't even need to say that, it's pretty obvious, but because I'm natural, gaining muscle and strength on a cut isn't going to be as easy, obviously, as if I were to be enhanced. So the main goal of the cut is obviously lose body fat, maintain that muscle mass. Now, I do still think it is possible for me to increase my strength, obviously, while on the cut, but it's not the main priority. Now, moving on, as I said, cable lat pull downs, and I know I've done more weight than this before, and that was obviously when I did the cable lat pull downs first, as to where I normally do the underhand first. So I think the weight that I'm on track for with the lat pull downs is pretty on pace. And moving on to the easy bar bicep curls. Now, I know this is kind of a side note. I know I said I would be kind of going off of what Jeff Nippard says, and I want to, and I will be doing that. I have not gone through all the videos to kind of rank all of them, as I've been a bit sidetracked and sort of forgot about it a little bit. I only have biceps written down for all of his tiers, so I will get back onto doing that. Now, I know, I don't know, I see not hate, but people disagreeing with him. And obviously, I haven't done any of the research myself, but I kind of trust what he says. I mean, I feel like he's really trustworthy. So as a natural lifter, I base a lot of how I'm structuring my workout or how I'm performing exercises kind of with his advice and based off of his oh my god, that was terrible, based on his evidence. So, and again, that's why I also do the dumbbell preacher curls. Now, I've noticed, and I don't know why it is, but it's a lot easier for me to extend my left arm farther on these than it is my right. And it's not necessarily strength, reasoning as to why that's the case. It's more of, it feels more awkward for my right arm to extend straight like that down while holding the weight than it does my left. And I'm right arm dominant, so I don't really think it's a strength thing. Or maybe I'm just positioned wrong when I'm doing the right arm, but I'm going to be working towards kind of figuring that out so I'm a bit more comfortable. And as for the dumbbell preacher curls, now these kind of vary on weight sometimes, at least my starting weight, compared to like my easy bar preacher or easy bar curls, because it kind of depends on how that first workout goes. Like if I have a iffy first workout with the biceps, I can usually do more on my second, like kind of like obviously, you know. But for that, I think it was still pretty good. Just trying to be consistent with it and constantly keep pushing myself. Now, watching these reverse cable curls back, first of all, I started way too heavy. As you'll see, I changed the weight here because I knew I went up way too much. I think I started with like 23 kilos, which was way too much, and I think I dropped it down to around 17, and that helped a lot. But also, with how I'm doing the curls, I was looking at this while I was putting it into the video editor, and now I'm standing up in my room looking at my mirror as if you guys can see this, but when I'm doing them, I should just be curling up as far as I can without my elbows moving. Because watching there in the video, my elbows, like as I'm trying to like get full range of motion, they come up, so I'm kind of ending like at the top of my shoulders, when in reality I should end like even with my front delts, because I don't need to be like bringing my shoulders up. At that point, it's more of like a bicep workout rather than it is I mean, it still is a forearm workout, but you know what I'm saying. Like, it's not necessary as a part of like the forearm part of the workout. And then speaking of forearms, decided to try moving up weight a little bit with my dumbbell wrist curls. I'm actually not gonna do forearms on Friday or Saturday when I do my arm day, because my wrist still hurts and it almost seems like it's getting a little worse. So I decided finally time to probably go get it checked out. So sometime next week I'm gonna go ahead and go get it checked out, because it does not feel right and it is not getting any better. So even after my 10-day rest, unfortunately it has not seemed to improve all that much. But hopefully once I get it diagnosed, figure out what I can do to help it. And yeah, one thing with me, even though I know it's what I should be doing, is I don't like resting when I'm like somewhat injured. Like if I can still do a workout and just have some mild discomfort, I will push through it. But that also ends up just leaving that mild discomfort for a long time, kind of like with my right shoulder. But anyways, of course, like I said, getting more into posing without the workout shirt on. Went pretty good today. Yeah, I don't got much to say. I feel like I'm figuring out the bicep posing a little better. I know I watched a video and it said that when you're doing your bicep posing, you turn your thumb inwards, and then you raise your elbows up just slightly above your shoulders, so it's like a 10-degree angle above your shoulders, or like a 10-degree angle from, I don't know, just being straight or something. And that just kind of helps emphasize the peak a little bit, and I do feel like that has indeed helped me quite a bit. And as for the back, I'm really happy with my back progress, especially on this cut. I think I'm starting to lose weight around the upper part of my back, and I'm just really liking how it's looking. I'm really proud. I've never like had a true cut before, and I've never had abs before, so that's kind of the goal of this cut. And obviously I do want to compete at some point, so whether that's during this first cut or maybe one more time in the future, see how I feel about it. Main thing that I'm struggling to get rid of is the fat on the love handles, of course. Gotta love the good old love handles, but with discipline and just keep going, it will get better. So lat spread looking good. I think I'm doing the lat spread correctly. I know I'm not very good at like when I spread my lats, my hands have to come out a little bit. They don't stay like super close together on my back, but regardless of it, I still think it's pretty good. Good old, and I don't even know what this pose is called, but do that almost every chest, back, and bicep day. But besides that, here's cardio, and I'll see you back at the apartment. Alrighty, howdy y'all. Back at the apartment after a good back, biceps, and forearms. Now, I'm getting to that point where it's kind of out of the honeymoon phase. Like, I know I'm not even like that long into making videos, but like now instead of like motivation, it becomes discipline. I need to keep on top of making the videos. I've kind of fallen behind a little bit. So yeah, but in terms of the workout, great, fantastic. Besides the wrist curls, obviously, because this hurts. Oh, I guess you know what, now that I'm thinking about it, I can show you what I meant with the reverse curls, because I kind of meant like in the video I'm going like this. not focusing. There we go. Well, it was focusing, but it was being weird. So like, I'm going like this when I come all the way up, and you see how my elbows are moving? I could just be doing this, because this is just form. Like, that's what I should be doing. I shouldn't be coming up like that. So that's kind of like, what's a good example? It's kind of like, yeah, I guess when you're curling, like, you don't need to be, like, when you're curling, you just get it up to here. You don't need to be going, like, bringing it up to your neck or whatever. Sorry, this is probably getting loud and quiet for me going like that, but you don't need to bring it up super high, because you're just trying to contract your biceps. That's just all you need to contract your biceps. If you're going like that, that's just working your front delts. It's bringing your arm up and forward. So that's what I meant by that in the reverse curls. But yeah, I think that's kind of all I've got for today. Me and my buddy finished JJK. That was really good. I highly recommend watching JJK if you haven't already, and if you're an anime fan, I think you already would have watched it by now. But really good, really highly recommend it. Third season's coming out relatively soon, I think, and I understand a lot more memes on TikTok now. So, but yeah, that's about all I got. Next workout will be in 2 days. That'll be chest, back, and shoulders. And yeah, I'll see y'all then. And until then, hope you all enjoyed the video and hope you have a great day.